The year was 1966. Notre Dame was #1 in the nation, Michigan State #2. They called it the game of the century, and on a cold, gray November Saturday, the two played on national television. And it was a Washingtonian who then stepped into the spotlight.
I quarterbacked one game for the University of Notre Dame. I started one football game.
Started one.
For the University of Notre Dame. Only one in my career, so it was a short career. Now I did come in the Michigan State game, and that was a pretty nice experience.
College football's game of the century had no winner, but it sure did have a winning quarterback. His name, Coley O Brien. How often do you replay that game? How often does it come back? Because it has to be a fond memory.
Yeah, it's a fond memory, but some of the details are a little fuzzy now, Tim, you know?
Coley's remarkable story has roots right here in the nation's capital. He was a teammate of mine at St. John's College High School in Northwest Washington.
Senior year with your brother Mike as halfback and a lot of good seniors that year as well. We ended up going undefeated and being the city champions.
A fantastic quarterback, Coley was recruited by colleges across the country.
So I took trips to North Carolina, to Duke, and then off to Boston College. Notre Dame was never on my radar until I ran into met Era at the Touchdown Club.
Coley's destiny took a detour one night in downtown D.C. He was being honored as the High School Player of the Year. And also on the honoree list that evening, legendary Notre Dame head coach Ara Parsegian.
I met him at the Touchdown Club. He asked me if I wanted to come out to take a visit, and I did. I accepted when they offered me the scholarship, and that's how I got recruited.
So it was off to South Bend, Indiana. Coley started for the 1965 freshman team. But then, before his sophomore season, he found himself in a battle with future NFL star Terry Hanratty for the starting job.
We were close, and he kept saying, you know, it's one thing or another, and then he ended up telling everybody at the end, well, Terry's taller than Coley. He had two inches on me. So he said, Hanratty's going to start.
Hanratty, who's proving himself under fire, looks to pass.
Hanratty made the most of it. He was superb in the season-opening win over Purdue and had the Irish rolling. Hanratty and Jim Seymour even graced the cover of Time magazine. What was going through your mind at that time?
Well, I didn't want to buy Time magazine. No, that was great to see them on there, and it's exciting to have Notre Dame recognized, and that was our team that they were recognizing as well.
Coley was seemingly out of the picture, but soon he had more profound concerns, beginning with the team's flight to the University of Oklahoma.
We took off in the plane, and we had a light that came on, emergency light that came on. The plane diverted to Chicago. We were coming into the land at Chicago, and a big crosswind hit us. And I was on that side of the plane. We went like that, and I thought the wing went up like that. I thought we were going to go in, and I was really shaken by that.
The team finally made it to Oklahoma, but something was not right.
I had to go to the bathroom all night long, and after I'd go to the bathroom, I'd be very thirsty again, so I'd drink some more Coke, not knowing that my diabetes had started because of that shock to my system. I had the gene in me.
Coley was diagnosed with diabetes. Did you worry that your career was over?
Oh yeah, I did. I didn't know how it was going to work out.
O'Brien missed the following week's game against Navy. But then with his condition monitored closely, he rejoined the team.
Notre Dame, Michigan State, the most anticipated, publicized, and discussed collegiate football game of the decade has finally arrived.
A few weeks later, Notre Dame was undefeated and getting ready for a date at Michigan State, the second to last game of the season.
We were number 1, they were number 2, and the rivalry was already there between Michigan State and Notre Dame, so this was just a huge game.
It was billed as the game of the century. The date, November 19th, 1966.
The first quarter, we lose George Gedeke, our starting center, senior, and Terry Hanratty got knocked out by Bubba Smith.
As the Irish passer turns the corner, big number 95, Bubba Smith, slams him down, causing a shoulder separation and forcing Coach Parsegian to go with Coley O Brien at quarterback.
And Era was saying, Coley, get ready, and I heard all this screaming going on. You didn't have time to think about anything but give me the ball, and get out there. So that's good because I had a good night's sleep the night before. Terry was the one who was up late, nervous about the game of the century, but I slept like a baby.
Dick Teddy's 47-yard boot is good, and Michigan State jumps out to a 10-0 lead, much to the dismay of Ara Pasekian.
He quickly got the Irish on the board.
The 19-year-old quarterback rifles a touchdown pass to Gladio, and Notre Dame finally lights up the scoreboard.
Which made it 10-7. So we went into halftime 10-7. We felt a lot better. We're back in the game then.
The score was tied at 10 with less than 2 minutes to play in the fourth quarter.
So we have the ball deep in our own territory. And we tried some plays. We tried to pass.
Coley, I know you. At that point, 1:34 left in the game and you get the ball back. You're thinking, win. Here we go. Pasekian decided to play it safe, with the Irish running the ball and running out the clock.
The final play was a sneak, and that was what Ara
The controversy.
and everybody pointed to that as being, you played for a tie. We weren't playing for a tie at all, but we didn't want to throw the ball game away.
Pasekian was criticized. Tie one for the Gipper, read one headline.
It's a tremendous letdown for everyone as the long-awaited clash of giants fails to produce a winner.
I mean, it almost sounded like he was surrendering, where he had actually thought this thing out.
Ara wasn't a fool. He didn't want to throw the game away. We had played a very tough team in their home stadium. It was 10-10. Why throw the national title away by making a mistake?
Still undefeated, Notre Dame still had a shot at the national title. Their final game at always dangerous Southern California. Coley O Brien would get his first start as quarterback.
I had a whole week to prepare and work with the guys who were going to play, and we had a lot of injuries.
All O'Brien did was complete 21 of 31 passes for 255 yards and 3 touchdowns. Coley, you picked them apart. You picked them apart.
But what we did is everybody pulled together, realizing we got to do a little more. Everybody's got to do a little more if we're going to beat this team.
Notre Dame won the game 51-0, finishing the season at 9-0-1.
Oh, that was fabulous. That was fabulous. Running off that field, knowing that we had beaten them so badly. But of course, you never know either coming off. We're in the locker room. You never know what's going to happen. Are you going to be the national title? Because at that time, as you know, Tim, it was all coaches and AP writers, and they would do the selection.
And when the votes were cast, Notre Dame was declared the national champion.
That was just a terrific experience, and the players that played, the teammates that I had, and we still today are close, and how we go back for 5-year reunions. Every 5 years we go back. We just finished our 45th reunion.
In 1967, a young hotshot named Joe Theismann took over as Notre Dame's starting quarterback. Coley O Brien graciously moved to running back. O'Brien's college career ended with 1 start at quarterback, 1 national championship, and a kaleidoscope of memories. Coley, you're very humble, but you've got to be extremely proud because really, I mean, it's a great story, and what you did was phenomenal.
Well, and to be a part of all that with the Hornings, the Lou Jacks, the Hanratties, and the Hewarts, I mean, it's been fun, and it's great to look back on. It's great to feel a part of that. It's been a big part of my life, and Notre Dame in other aspects as well. When you're a part of that, you're a part of the Notre Dame family for forever.
Coley O Brien was a great football player, and he never lost his humility. College football lost one of its greatest fans, and when we come back, we'll visit with his sons.